So I did the Nostrand Avenue line yesterday, and between then and today, I got smacked with some kind of crud. So I'm suffering from vocal deficiencies, but I'll carry on today with the very white voice. It'll be great. Anyway, so now we've done most of the Eastern Parkway line, and we did the Nostrand Avenue line. Today we're gonna go back to Brooklyn, finish off the last few stops of the Eastern Parkway line, which then leads to the new Lots Avenue line. You can go back and catch up on the Eastern Parkway line and the Nostrand Avenue line if you haven't seen them yet. If you're just finding this channel, I pick out places in New York City to go explore, and I take you with me. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. For now though, I'm gonna hop back on the subway and take the 50-minute trip to get to Brooklyn. Let's go. First three stations we're getting to here are actually the last three stations on the Eastern Parkway line before we get to the new Lots Avenue line. The new Lots Avenue part of the line is actually elevated, so we'll get outside once we get up there. This first station today is actually Nostrand Avenue, not to be confused with the Nostrand Avenue line we did last time. Here we've actually got two levels, one side platform, local track, and the express track is right there. And then on the other level is the line going toward Manhattan with the local track and the express track. And the reason they stacked the stations like this along this part of the line was to protect the trees up on Eastern Parkway as much as possible. The Eastern Parkway line was built between 1915 and 1918. In August of 1920, it was extended from Atlantic Avenue to Crown Heights-Utica Avenue, with this station and Nostrand Avenue opening in that extension. So like I said, two levels to the station. The upper level is the new Lots bound, the lower level is the Manhattan bound. Both platforms have their original dual contracts mosaics. Manhattan bound platforms are downstairs. The junction that breaks off and heads toward Nostrand Avenue line is just before this station, so you can see the trains coming and breaking off and going that way. So that switch right up there is the one that's really inefficient, because the trains have to cross from the express over to the local to get down Nostrand Avenue, and the local over to the express to get over here. It's inefficient, but without ripping it up and starting over, there's not really anything you do about it at this point. After the trains go through down there, you can hear all the switches activating though. Next station is Kingston Avenue. Same thing, it's stacked. So the top level here is the new Lots bound trains, and the bottom level is Manhattan bound trains. You got a single platform, one local track, express track is over there. Both platforms have their original dual contracts mosaics. This station is Crown Heights-Utica Avenue. This is officially the end of the Eastern Parkway line. Now it's just the three that continues on the new Lots Avenue line. This is an express station. The express train ends here. This is still a split level station, so on this level we're heading toward new Lots. The lower level is toward Manhattan. So we've got the express tracks on that side, local tracks on this side. This is the easternmost four-track station on the Eastern Parkway line. So to the east of here, the local tracks come out and head down the new Lots Avenue line. There were proposals long ago to expand this line to the south or further to the east, but those never happened. To the east of the station, there's actually a Belmont that curves off to the south. That preparation was built with the plan to extend a line down Utica Avenue, which is actually why this station itself has no exits on Utica Avenue. Outside, now we're elevated, now we're on the new Lots line. This station is Sutter Avenue, Rutland Road. This station opened with the first part of the line, November of 1920. Elevated station has two platforms. There are two tracks. There's a space in the middle for a third track that was never added, and that exists along most of this line, with the exception of one station where there actually is the third track. We'll get there. You can see the space for the third track in the middle there. And then the station house is underneath. filling the rest of the line is going to look very similar because all these elevated platforms were built about the same time. Now we're at Saratoga Avenue, elevated station. Opened August 1920 with the beginning of this line. 2 side platforms, 2 tracks, space for a 3rd track, elevated station house underneath. Now we're at Rockaway Avenue. This station actually opened in November of 1920, a little bit after the original stations in the line. The station has 2 side platforms, 2 tracks, space in the middle for a 3rd that was never added, and mezzanine underneath. This is Junius Street. This station also opened in November of 1920. So the new lot line passes over the Lavalier Station on the BMT Canarsie line, just to the east of the station. In 2015, there was a proposal to convert the overpass into a free transfer between these 2 stations. That didn't happen though. You can transfer for free with your Omni card or using the same payment method, the way they do transfers now. So this is that station that's different. There are 2 side platforms. There are 3 tracks. This is the only station where they actually put the middle track in, but the middle track's not powered. So the subway cars can't ride on it without something pulling them. Just west of here is where the switch is, where the trains can get into that center track. Just east of the station, the center track crosses the south track and joins up with a track from the BMT Canarsie line and heads over to Linden Shops from there. Despite the name of the station, there are actually no entrances or exits onto Junius Street. They were closed a long time ago and the staircases have been removed since then. Turned into a really beautiful day. Anyway, you can see the tracks over there that lead over to the Linden Shops. There's a yard down there that looks like it has a lot of rail in it. So that must be part of this whole thing. And then the Canarsie line is right over there. I just saw an L train go by. It's not a direct transfer at this point, but you can see there is a walkway that goes across to the platforms over there, the Canarsie line. And this construction looks like elevators are going in right here. Maybe they are still thinking about connecting it all at some point. We're gonna do the Canarsie line soon. Pennsylvania Station opened December 24th, 1920. Work on the last 2 stations on the line past this was almost done in 1921, but not quite. So they didn't open until 1922. The station has 2 side platforms, 2 tracks, space for the 3rd. It's not here anymore. And the station house is underneath. The station is Van Siclen. The station partially opened in October of 1922 when shuttles started operating between Pennsylvania Avenue and New Lots Avenue, even though the stations weren't complete. Full service all the way to the end of the line didn't start until October of 1924. Again, elevated station, 2 tracks, 2 side platforms, room in the middle for a 3rd track, and the mezzanines underneath. New Lots Avenue. This is the terminal for the New Lots line, island platform, 2 side tracks. This also opened with shuttle service in October of 1922, but then full service started in 1924. To the east of the station, the tracks curve over into Livonia Yard. In the northeast of the station, which I don't think we're going to be able to see, there's an unused portion of trackway structure that continues for about 75 feet, and it's never been used. That was to allow the line to continue east on New Lots Avenue. There's a station house underneath, and that's where the only exit is. that's it for the new Lots Avenue line. I'll grab this train and head home. Well, I'm back up to the east side, finally. That took like an hour and 10 minutes to get back. The express train that I was on, for some reason, went local through the rest of Brooklyn. Anyway, that was a nice look at the rest of the IRT's push into Brooklyn with that part of the new Lots line. If you're just finding this channel, be sure to check out all the rest of the episodes already available on YouTube up to the east side. Like and subscribe, tell all your friends about it, and look for new episodes every Friday. Thanks for coming with me to explore New York City. I'll see you next time.